Shalom. First, let's start by saying all praise to Yahweh by Shem Shai, by Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that stood in truth and sincerity. This is whistleblower alleges hysterectomies, abuse of detained migrant women. So I'm going to go ahead and play this clip.
We are following breaking news today. It's about an alarming new whistleblower complaint that alleges, quote, high numbers of female detained immigrants at an ICE detention center in Georgia received questionable hysterectomies while in ICE custody. That whistleblower complaint, first reported by The Intercept, was filed by a nurse who worked full-time at the Irwin County Detention Center in Ocala, Georgia. Tell you that these allegations from this whistleblower are not isolated complaints. NBC News has spoken to 4 different lawyers who represent women who were detained in that federal facility in Georgia who are making similar claims. According to NBC's reporting, one of the lawyers represents 2 women who were detained at the facility who say they received hysterectomies that they believe may have been unnecessary. Another lawyer represents a woman who says she went to this doctor's office for an exam. The exam left her with bruising. An attorney for the doctor against whom these allegations have been made says his client, quote, vigorously denies these allegations and will be cleared of any wrongdoing when the facts come out. For its part, ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, refused to comment on the allegations from those lawyers who spoke to NBC News, but they have released a statement tonight in response to the allegations in the whistleblower complaint. It says, in part, these accusations will be fully investigated by an independent office. However, ICE vehemently disputes the implication that detainees are used for experimental medical procedures. The health, welfare, and safety of ICE detainees is one of the agency's highest priorities. Any assertion or claim to the contrary is false and intentionally misleading. The statement goes on to say, quote, according to ICE data, since 2018, only 2 individuals at Irwin County Detention Center were referred to certified credentialed medical professionals at gynecological and obstetrical healthcare facilities for hysterectomies. Whether or not the women were referred for hysterectomies or not, more than 2 women are saying they got them, and more than 2 women are telling lawyers as part of this complaint that they don't know why they got them and that they don't think they needed them.
And the whistleblower is on the record, is named. Her name is Dawn Wooten. She was employed by that detention center. And along with those unauthorized hysterectomies, the complaint also alleges the facility lacked protection against coronavirus for detained immigrants, and that detainees suffer from a general lack of medical care.
The ladies would put in to see the gynecologist for whatever reason that they were wanting to be seen for, and they were having hysterectomies. They would come back oftentimes and question, why did I have to have a hysterectomy? I didn't have an answer.
They would ask you directly.
Why did I have to have a hysterectomy? Nobody explained this to me. I didn't know I was undergoing this. I had one lady to tell me that she was a young girl. If she had known that she was going to have a hysterectomy, she wouldn't have went.
You're quoting the complaint as saying that's his specialty. He's the uterus collector. Is that how people refer to this doctor?
That's how the detainees referred to this physician. They referred to him as, I had a detainee that asked me, she said, well, what is he doing, Miss Wooten, collecting all of our uteruses? And I just looked at her puzzled because I didn't have an answer.
I almost don't know what to say hearing you describe this as a nurse giving care to these inmates. How do you process this? What is this like?
You're in awe because you don't have a valid answer for them. It's mind-blowing and it's mind-boggling. When you get in your vehicle after a 12-hour shift and you cry yourself home and you're the only one in the vehicle asking why, what is going on, what is happening, I don't have an answer. Why is nobody not hearing them or taking them, so to speak, seriously? I don't have an answer. So shift after shift, then it gets to be to where you don't want to report the work, because you don't have an answer. You don't have a reason, and they're going to ask you why.
What happened to the women that you spoke with who had these hysterectomies? Do you know?
A lot of them were deported back to their countries. I don't know if they were transferred others to other facilities.
Do you think what happened to the women that you spoke with is going to happen to other women in the future?
Me personally, if there's not a change, there's not going to be a change. If there's not any correction, there's not going to be any correction. If there are not people like myself that are brave enough to have a voice for other people and not be so afraid to speak out, a lot of people desire to speak out but afraid of losing their job. I spoke out, I was demoted. So I was made the example of. I whistle blew because I love to do what I love to do. And if it was my son or my daughter, my mother or my father that was in that situation, then I would want somebody to speak out on their behalf as well.
You obviously know the detainees well inside Irwin. What would be your message to them today?
My message to the detainees today would be all hope is not lost. That things last for only a short while. But there is a beacon light. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I apologize on behalf of Irwin County Detention Center for what goes on concerning them in the facility. And I understand totally, not in that situation, but I understand totally what it feels like to be overlooked and neglected. Just not neglected in silence.
All right, Shalom. First, I can start by saying all praise to Yahweh Shema Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers still in truth and sincerity. I think this is my second time saying it, but a hysterectomy is like being castrated, if I'm not mistaken, where they take the ovaries and let me look it up. Gosh, I don't know. I just forgot. Let me see if they got it right here. But Esau is famous for experimenting on, the blacks, and Native Americans. Now, I don't know if there was an Edomite that did it, but the way it sounds like an Edomite did it. And then they got deported soon after. And I actually seen when I think they said they passed a law, or Trump came down on the ICE agents and made them hurry up and speed up the process of deporting them tribes up out of there. And the tribes can vary from Issachar, Asher, Zebulun, or the Panamanians, those that live in that region, the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Brazilians, any one of them so-called Latin tribes can be in them camps, other than just the Mexicans or Issachar. But it says a hysterectomy. Hysterectomy is the surgical removal of the uterus. It may also involve removal of the cervix, ovaries, fallopian tubes, and other surrounding structures. Usually performed by a gynecologist, a hysterectomy may be total or partial. And some got totally dead, some were partially dead, but that's the reproductive system for the women, so that's what do you call it? What's the word? What is the word? Population control, but that ain't the one I was looking for. The other specific word, but I forgot what it is. But these women getting this done to them because the women of the, especially the women of the so-called Latin tribes, they hold tight to the Caesar Borgia, the so-called Jesus picture, and that way of life, and they worshipped Esau, and are a slave to Esau and whatnot. So they getting what they supposed to be getting according to the Bible. Only way they're gonna make it up out of that or get through that or pass through, that stuff don't touch them is if they come back to Yahweh Shema Shai. And that's for you women, because not only is the so-called black women got a chance to come back in, but you got the Latin women and so on and so forth. There's going to be more women saved than men. So women that's getting done like that, that's judgment from Yahweh Shema Shai. So the second Ezra chapter 8, verse 50 says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the later time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." Right, so, they getting what they got coming to them because of their pride. The women are, all the women of the tribes are wicked, man. Are extremely wicked. This Isaiah chapter 32, verse 9. "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come." Right? So, you women want to hold hands with this white man and be a part of his society, and live y'all best life, so to speak, but the Lord cutting that and troubling y'all. Some of you women that are at ease, right? Y'all thought y'all was gonna get away with hiding in this country, or even if you're not illegal, Esau's still coming down on you, and taking your jobs, etc. Man, Esau been the devil unto you, like the Latino tribes, But that's because y'all don't want to come back to Yahweh Shema Shai. A lot of y'all hate black people, and just to imagine that so-called Jesus Christ is so-called black, or so-called African American, or Judite, according to the scriptures. That's why y'all getting judged. It says, "Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come." Right, that American dream that y'all thought y'all had, that these white cracker Edomite devils kept on telling that y'all can live, that's gonna fail. "Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins." Right, so the Lord putting y'all in a position of mourning. He uncovering all y'all wickedness and putting y'all in a position of mourning because y'all don't care about him. "They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine." Yeah, I'm gonna cut it at that. But yeah, you women got all hell coming. So if you thought that was bad and y'all can't do nothing about it, more to come. In Amos chapter 9, verse 10, "All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us." Right, and you women are careless. Y'all don't care about nothing, man. Esau lifted y'all up in this society because it's a curse unto the blacks, Latins, and Native Americans. Long story short, we get to mess with any woman, black, Latin, Native American. It don't matter. You know, we ain't got to stick to the black woman. That's some shit that Esau pushed out here. You know, we can have more than one woman. You know, ain't no woman over the man. You know, and you know y'all be getting y'all husbands locked up, cheating on them, or committing adultery. It's like you're not cheating because ain't no such thing as cheating. The woman's supposed to have one husband. The man can have multiple wives as long as the wife isn't a wife of another man. You know. So, you know, y'all been totally wicked, man. And y'all don't believe that Yahweh Shema Shah is coming back. So, with that being said, y'all gonna be put to death. This little hysterectomy thing is small compared to what's coming. Because, you know, when America gets destroyed and gets hit by nuclear missiles, there's going to be other places that get hit by nuclear missiles. But a lot of that water that's near Mexico going to be polluted from the radiation, you know? So, but yeah, with that being said, I don't want to drag this lesson out too much longer. Call Allah, Yahweh Shema Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well. And salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.